Welcome to Take It from the Ironwoman. My name is Susanne Müller, your host and the Ironwoman. This podcast is about empowering yourself and others to make real changes in the world. You will hear from everyday, smart, sophisticated, hip people like you and me. Not everybody has to be an Ironwoman to impress the world. Together, we will learn from the sports and business leaders how you can become a more successful person as an entrepreneur or a leader. It's one step at a time, one day at a time. Take your steps now. Take your big steps now. Join me on this journey to success. Take it from the Ironwoman. After 300 episodes, we still find very interesting guests. And today we go to Vancouver, Canada, to Evelyne Ribary, a very interesting person with Samanta S Ribary Foundation. Welcome, Evelyne. Introduce yourself and tell us, what is the Samanta S Ribary Foundation?
Thank you, Susanne, for having me. I feel honored to be here today. I was also born and raised in Switzerland, just like you, and immigrated together with my husband to the United States after briefly living in Canada. I was working as a supervisor in medical laboratory technology, in clinical and research at the prestigious institute located at Rockefeller University in New York City.
I'm curious to find out how all happened when you wanted to start a family.
When we decided to start a family and adopt an orphan child from South America.
Was this an easy process?
Working with a reputable adoption agency in Manhattan for a year, we were ready to travel to Ecuador to meet our daughter Samanta. Samanta was abandoned by her biological parents and found at a local marketplace when she was approximately a 2-month-old baby. Samanta was taken to an orphanage in the city of Ambato in the Andes, where her abandonment process took place. Once the court released her case after 8 months of intense searching for her biological family, she was confirmed to be available for an international adoption.
A new life can start. And how easy was it?
Samanta bonded immediately with us, and we spent 3 weeks together to finalize the adoption process. During that time, we realized how difficult it was to be for the other and older children, especially those with some disabilities, whether physical or mental, to find a forever home. We strongly felt the desire to give those beautiful, innocent children something more than just a little of our spare time during our stay at that orphanage.
This is very nice of you, and what a story. We hear of many dire situations in orphanages throughout the world.
That is when we decided to start a charity in our daughter's name to help and support orphan children in order for them to grow up in a safe, healthy, loving and caring environment where physical, intellectual, emotional, and social activities are being met every day. Studies have shown that the early years are the most important ones for determining a child's learning capacity. Our aim was to extend basic support like medication, food, clothes, etc., and to improve local facilities and childcare. We also wanted to provide for educational opportunities for older orphans with learning programs, and to help extend the existing infrastructure and to support single mothers to keep their children within their biological families to prevent them from becoming orphans. The staff, called TIAs, are often overwhelmed with the daily care and the many special needs for handicapped orphans who need either special equipment like wheelchairs, water therapy, etc., and specially trained professionals like speech therapists, physiotherapists, nurses, and so on. These are just a few of the many challenges orphanage staff has to deal with on a daily basis.
I'm curious to find out how the orphanage is run by all those volunteers.
The foundation is all run by volunteers who devote their time and expertise to ensure that the funds raised are essentially 100% going to the cause. Administrational costs like office supplies, etc., are all covered by the founders, meaning me.
This is great. I know it's a lot of work.
So that when we receive a monetary donation, it is going all to the foundation's proper purpose without paying overhead costs like so many other large foundations do or would have to do.
My next question is how can we be involved?
With your gift, you can feel confident and assured that it is stewarded well by us. As I also always like to know that my donation to any great cause is really going to support what I intended to support.
Yes, we all want to know where our money goes.
The foundation's first project was to provide the orphanage Hogar Santa Marianita, where our daughter was spending 8 months, an outside playground. As our first donors, mainly friends and family who donated generously to the foundation, we were able to buy the necessary equipment locally, and 2 former orphans, now being young male adults, installed the playground to show their own appreciation and give something back to that orphanage. It was really wonderful to witness what a difference a playground made to the approximately 40 children at that time.
Are you also intending funding other projects with your foundation?
A second project in collaboration with SOS Children's Villages was to help build daycare centers in 4 different cities in Ecuador to accommodate newborns up to 6-year-old children. The Samanta Foundation also collaborated with the effort to rebuild orphanages and schools after a devastating earthquake hit Pakistan. We also contributed to a clothing and toy drive in the US to send children's clothes and appropriate toys to various orphanages. In collaboration with Camprock, our foundation was able to support several hundred children with things like the following: inscription into the civil registry of abandoned children who do not have identification, obtaining them a first and last name and identify documentation, legalization of children's admittance into orphanages and care providing entities in order to allow them a temporary, stable, healthy and stimulating environment, promoting the reinsertion of children back into their biological families after having gotten lost, for example, legalization of children's discharge from orphanages and reinsertion back into local families, obtain rulings declaring the children abandoned and eligible for adoption, general legal advice to orphanages and protection agencies in order to foster a climate and respect and peace for the most vulnerable children, providing further certification and documents to orphan children in order to expedite the adoption process, assist the process of traveling outside the country for children who needed to attain special medical treatment or surgeries that were not available locally. Yet another long-term project in a joint effort with For His Children is to further help support Ecuadorian orphanages to care for orphan children of all ages with daily needs, cognitive stimulation, preschool activities, physical and psychological assessments and interventions. And it is really very rewarding and fulfilling to give a little something back to those orphan children who miss out on growing up in a real family with a mom and a dad. To make an impact on a vulnerable child's life, one orphan at a time, one orphanage at a time, is what motivates me and gives me a feeling of gratitude. As you might know, Susanna, it makes one much happier to give than to receive. And this is actually scientifically proven.
This is so true. When you can help somebody else, science is correct. And I know you have another secret, another passion project to share with us.
This foundation and our daughter's story also inspired us to write a children's book. It's titled Samanta's Journey of Hope. It was first written and published in German and later also in English. The book, with colorful illustrations and drawings by Swiss artists, actually a mother-daughter team, is based on our daughter's true story. A story of hope, aspiration, to desire and to dream and wish for longing. If I may, I would love to read you a little paragraph from the book.
Oh, yes. Yes, love to hear the story through your words.
Samanta asks Blue Flower, "Where am I going? Why is this woman carrying me on her back? Where do I belong? Where is my home?" And the Blue Flower reassures her, "Don't worry, Samanta, my child. You are safe. You're embarking on your journey of hope." Paradise Bird circles above the crowds and observes. He follows them through the mountains and into the valley. Samanta does not want to take off her eyes of Paradise Bird, though she can recognize him even when he's flying way ahead with the other birds. She knows he is there with her, watching her, and anxiously awaiting to tell her more about her future.
This is a lovely story. I see her. Thank you for sharing.
The entire purchase of the proceeds from the book sale are all donated to the foundation. The book is available for $20 directly from otterhouse.com. Donations to the Samanta Foundation can be made by check, payable to the Samanta Ribary Foundation in either US dollar or even in Canada dollar, or as well as directly and conveniently on the foundation's Facebook page under Samanta S Ribary Foundation, and it's available in various currencies. COVID pandemic hit us all. We have been even more challenged with less outside financial contributions and seen a significant decline in donations coming in. Especially hard when these children in peril are in even greater need of aid. And on behalf of the Samanta Ribary Foundation and the orphan children, I would like to thank your listeners for their interest and for their consideration to make a contribution. I would like to leave you with this quote from Margaret Mead. "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed people can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has."
And where is Samanta today?
Today, my daughter is 21 years old and a successful equestrian show jumper and Grand Prix rider. After graduating with honors from high school, she started her studies at the Simon Fraser University in Vancouver, Canada, where she took an absence of leave during the COVID pandemic to pursue her equestrian show jumping career, going into the U25. Samanta is highly motivated and most dedicated, and she loves to care for animals. And Suzanne, thank you very much for having me on your interesting podcast and for your inspiration and always positive influence to me and to so many of us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And we wish Samanta and your foundation good luck. We will have all the information in the show note so everybody can donate and make a difference in those orphans' lives. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Susanna.
What a heartfelt talk about the Samanta S Ribary Foundation. Open up your hearts to others, help others, and you feel much better. It's not selfish. It's giving back to others, and it's scientifically proven. Take it from the Ironwoman. We have episodes every Monday with interesting people from around the world in various languages. Check out, and also the book Take It from the Ironwoman, Global Business Coaching with Sports Parallels. Download it or order the book for yourself to learn something from my journey from Switzerland to New York to Kilimanjaro and the Ironman. Thank you so much for your support.